Did you ever wonder what happened to Germany after the Second World War? Although Germany is one of the most advanced and democratic countries today, that wasn't always the case. There was a time in history when half of the Germans were able to enjoy privileges of a thriving society, while the other half was subjugated to an oppressed and communistic economy. When the Second World War ended in 1945, Germany's fate was determined in Allied peace talks. The eastern part of the country fell under control of the Soviet Union, while the western part was divided between United States, UK and France. The eastern part became known as German Democratic Republic, and the western part as Federal Republic of Germany. Although Berlin, Germany's capital, was located in the Soviet part of the country, it was also divided into similar sectors. The city was split into two parts, but most Berliners were able to travel freely from one part to the other. Many East Berliners did not want to live under communism, and wages were better on the other side of the border. It seemed as though the western part of the country was the better place to live in and had a better quality of life. The Soviets observed in embarrassment as thousands of people emigrated from east to west. In an attempt to drive off the United States and its allies, the Soviets decided to starve them out of the city by blockading West Berlin. However, thanks to the Berlin airlift, food and other goods were delivered to West Berlin from air until the blockage was called off in 1949. Things were calm for a decade until tensions flared again in 1958. At this rate, thousands of young skilled workers like doctors, engineers and teachers had defected East Berlin to earn better wages and pursue a freer life in the western part of the city. In fact, in summer 1961, over 65,000 people left. Finally, on August 13, 1961, Nikita Khrushchev ordered the construction of a wall between East and West Berlin to keep Western fascists from entering East Germany, but the true purpose of the wall was to stop the flow of immigrants. In 2 weeks, a heavily guarded concrete wall with barbed wires was built between East and West Berlin that made it impossible for anyone to cross to the other side, except under special circumstances. However, the wall did not stop desperate immigrants from escaping East Germany. Many people, including border guards, managed to escape to West Berlin by climbing over the barbed wire or crawling through sewers, and at least 171 people were killed in the process. The segregation between East and West continued until the duration of Cold War between the Soviet Union and the US. Finally, in 1989, East Berlin's Communist Party announced that people were free to cross the country's borders. That night, thousands of people flocked to the wall to celebrate. Some even used hammers and picks to destroy parts of the wall, and bulldozers pulled down section after section. Berlin was united for the first time after all, since 1945. And with that, the Cold War had effectively come to an end.